Hello, people. This is Kent from Meeting Place International Church. And hey, because of the coronavirus, we hope to be a little bit more present and accessible these next few weeks online through Facebook, YouTube, that sort of thing. So you'll probably be seeing more of these posts. Hopefully, you won't feel spammed by them and that there'll be an encouragement. And that's what we hope because there's one who builds hope, and his name is Jesus. And, there's no storm that Jesus has not conquered. And this situation we're in right now in 2020 is he's not caught by surprise. So when we put our trust in him, there is a peace that transcends anything that this world can try to give us. And if you're a regular MPic or meeting place person, you've heard this verse a lot recently. It's that verse from Matthew 5:6 that goes like this. It says, "Blessed are those that hunger and thirst for righteousness, because they will be filled." Though the store shelves and maybe sometimes our stomachs, hopefully not, but might be empty, the Lord wants to fill us with that spiritually nutritious presence and his word, his mercy and forgiveness. But it is for the hungry, and we must take effort to pursue him in that, which is why we started this thing called Pursue at the beginning of the year. If you have attended our services, you know that we felt like God gave us this word pursue. And what does that mean? It means to really be chasing after God's presence, to seek him and to touch him, to really get serious about seeking after the things of God. And, throughout the ages, when people have found themselves in desperate situations, they have gotten desperate for God. Biblically, you can read about that all over the place in the Old Testament. And history has shown us that when people humble themselves and they turn to God for answers, that he hears and he heals. Repentance is one of those words that we often don't like to hear in this day and age. I think so often we feel that word seems judgmental somehow, but it's just the opposite. It's about healing. And God says it's a seed that can become a catalyst for him to get involved in our lives and in the environment around us. So we need a touch from God. Our science has failed us. And it's showing our frailties quite glaringly, I think, these days. We need to look at him once again, and we need to just come clean and just admit our own weaknesses. A friend of ours back in Missouri in the USA, her name's Janice, and she shared something on Facebook the other day I thought was quite good. And I'm just going to read it. And she said, "I've heard it said that human touch is very important for us to be healthy physically and emotionally. But in these days of uncertainty, we're told not to touch and to place ourselves 6 feet apart for our safety." Media calls it, social distancing, I think. But there is a touch that is more powerful than any touch of man, and that is the touch that comes from God. So as things look unclear ahead, God knows the way for us. Because he is the way, we have a way. And it's a blessing to everyone in these days ahead if we'll look to him for our strength and our help. This Sunday, we won't be having our normal physical services at the Bad House here in Harlem as normal. But we will be having a message on Facebook at the same time, which is 10:30 a.m. here in Harlem, the Netherlands time. And we'll be having our normal service at that time. Of course, it's going to look different. We can't do the usual thing. We can't hug each other and do all the things that we like to do to encourage one another physically. But we will be able to stay connected. We will be able to stay involved. We'll be able to stay prayerful and hopefully encouraged. So join us Sunday at 10:30 on Facebook right here, or possibly on YouTube as well. And do feel free to invite those that maybe need to feel a little more encouraged, strengthened, or join in. You can get a little claustrophobia if you are staying indoors all this time. And really that feeling probably includes most of us today because we're kind of trapped in our houses. But, with Jesus, we're never trapped. We always have him as access. And finally, in Romans, let me leave you with this, chapter 12. Verses 12 through 13, it says, "Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. Share with the Lord's people who are in need. Practice hospitality." We can still minister we can still help those around us, whether they be in the church, outside the church, it doesn't matter. Just give someone a phone call, offer to pray with them, see how they're doing, especially those that may feel trapped indoors who may need help with getting necessities. If you're able to help with that, that would be such a blessing. And above all, be a messenger of joy, patient as we wait upon the Lord for his intervention, and above all, be a people of prayer and expectation. All right, that's the message for today, and just wanted hopefully to encourage someone out there that's watching. And we'll be seeing more of you on these channels as we go ahead with this. And if not, we'll hopefully see you on Sunday. So tune in, okay? Blessings. Bye-bye.